Let me tell you something that changed my life. I used to think that success was only about working harder, getting more, chasing the dream. But one day, I learned something simple, something powerful that flipped everything around. Be grateful, and you'll start to attract all you want. Gratitude. It's more than a feeling. It's a magnet. You see, most people are chasing after things: success, money, love, respect. But they forget the doorway to everything you want is appreciation. Let me say that again. Not frustration, not desperation, but gratitude. Learn to be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. You've heard that from me before, and I'll say it again because it's truth. Gratitude is a mindset. It's a daily discipline, and it's the seed that grows into abundance. Here's what I've learned over the years. People who complain, they repel opportunity. People who appreciate, they attract more. Because life doesn't respond to demands. It responds to your attitude. I used to think I needed more to be grateful. Turns out, I needed to be grateful to receive more. Gratitude changes your energy, changes your presence, changes what you notice and how people respond to you. Don't curse the soil, don't curse the rain, don't curse the sun. Learn to appreciate the process. Today, I want to take you on a journey into the quiet power of gratitude, not just as a nice feeling, but as a force, a tool for success, a compass for your growth, and a bridge to everything your heart desires. So my friend, if you've been striving, pushing, running after success, maybe it's time to slow down, take inventory, look around and within, and discover that the real beginning of abundance is already in your hands. It's not about asking for more. It's about being more grateful. Let's begin. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you paused to truly feel grateful? I don't mean a casual thanks. I don't mean when things go right and life feels good. I mean really grateful. Even when things are tough. Even when the day didn't go your way. You see, gratitude is more than a reaction. It's a way of life. It's a discipline. And like any discipline, it's powerful. It compounds. It grows over time. And it pays dividends far beyond what you can imagine. Now, I want you to think of this. Life is opportunity mixed with difficulty. There are sunny days and there are rainy days. That's just how it works. That's the deal. But here's the secret. The people who grow, the people who prosper, the people who attract more into their lives, they find a way to be grateful no matter what. Learn to be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. That's the key. That's the formula. Because gratitude is not just a soft emotion. It's magnetic. It pulls more good towards you. Have you ever noticed? People who constantly complain, they attract more things to complain about. They focus on what's missing, and somehow more goes missing. That's the danger. But people who express gratitude, even in small ways, they seem to glow. They seem to attract help, support, opportunities. Why? Because what you focus on expands. If you focus on your blessings, more blessings find their way to you. If you count your problems, well, you'll get more of those too. So what do? We train the mind to be grateful daily, on purpose. You say, but Jim, I don't feel grateful today. That's okay. You don't have to feel it at first. You just have to start looking for it. Look for one thing, one good thing, your health, a roof over your head, a friend who checks in, a lesson you learn through pain. Anything. Start small. Because when you find one, you'll find another. And when you find two, you'll find 4, and then 8, and 16. Because gratitude multiplies. And guess what? Gratitude changes your energy. It changes your posture. It changes how you walk into a room, how you make decisions, how you see people. You become attractive. You become someone people want to be around. Why? Because you're not taking life for granted, you're celebrating it. Now, here's another secret. Gratitude makes you ready. When you're grateful, you're not bitter. You're not stuck in what you lost. You're open. You're available. And that means when opportunity knocks, you're prepared to answer. The great tragedy? Some people are so focused on what they don't have, they miss what's right in front of them. They miss the door. They miss the chance. But when you practice gratitude, you see what others don't. You see possibilities. You see people as gifts. You see failure as a teacher. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, but nothing worthwhile is. Gratitude takes discipline. And it starts with a simple exercise I've done for years. Every night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not 300, just 3. Big or small, doesn't matter. Do it for 30 days. You'll be amazed what happens to your mindset. Your conversations will change. Your focus will shift. You'll attract people and situations that match your higher perspective. Because here's what I've learned. The major key to your better future is you. And the most powerful version of you, the grateful version. The version that sees the good and multiplies it. The version that looks at life and says, thank you, now let's grow. So my challenge to you today is this. Don't just feel grateful, practice it. Live it. Speak it. Write it down. Let it become who you are. Because when you do, you won't have to chase success. It will start chasing you. And that, my friend, is how you begin to attract all that you want. Let's keep going. Let me share something profound with you today. Something that might seem simple, but carries the weight of a mountain when fully understood. Gratitude is not just something you feel. It's something you do. It's an action, a choice, a lifestyle. You see, the magic of gratitude reveals itself fully when it moves beyond the mind and heart when it finds its way into your hands. Giving is gratitude in motion. When you give your time, your energy, your kindness, your resources, you are declaring to the world, I am thankful for what I have. And in doing so, you open the door for more to come in. You cannot do a kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late. This is a principle as old as time. What you give comes back to you multiplied. It's the law of reciprocity. It's the law of abundance. You might say, but Jim, I don't have much to give. And I say that's the very moment you must give. Because true giving has nothing to do with how much you have. It's about the heart behind the gift. When you give, you say thank you to life in the most powerful way. You're not just passively grateful. You're actively creating good. You're sending out signals to the universe that you appreciate, and you trust that there is enough for everyone. The more you give, the more you get. This isn't just about money. It's about generosity in all its forms. Your time, your encouragement, your attention, your wisdom. Every act of giving is a brick laid in the foundation of your future success. Let me give you a simple story from my own life. When I was starting out, I didn't have much money, but I had a smile, a handshake, and a willingness to serve. I gave freely of my time to learn, to listen, to help others 7 when it seemed like I was getting nothing back. And you know what happened? Doors began to open. People noticed. Opportunities arrived. Trust was built. Why? Because my giving was an expression of gratitude for what I had and a belief in what was possible. Now, here's a truth you need to hear. When you give grudgingly, it feels like a burden. But when you give gratefully, it feels like freedom. It feels like abundance. And abundance attracts more abundance. Have you ever noticed how people who complain about life often hold tightly to their resources? Their time, their money, their energy. They hoard. They resist giving. And what does that create? Scarcity. But the generous soul, they have a different energy. They give, and the universe gives back. It's a cycle, a dance. Don't let making a living prevent you from making a life. Giving is how you make a life. It's how you build relationships, how you build character, how you build a legacy. So I challenge you today. Look for ways to give no matter how small. Hold the door for a stranger. Offer a genuine compliment. Share your knowledge. Donate a little, even if it's just $1. Volunteer your time. These acts don't go unnoticed. They ripple out in ways you'll never fully see. Gratitude and giving are inseparable. One fuels the other. The more you practice gratitude, the more natural giving becomes. And the more you give, the more grateful you feel. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. Giving is how you design happiness. Not waiting for conditions to be perfect. Not waiting for the world to change, but acting now, expressing thanks with action. Remember this, you don't give because you have so much. You give because you recognize how much you have. And in giving, you align yourself with the flow of abundance. So here's the practical takeaway for today. Start small. Give where you are. Give what you can. Give with a grateful heart. Watch what happens. You will begin to notice new doors opening, new people coming into your life, new ideas forming, new energy flowing. My friend, gratitude is not just a feeling. It is a verb. It is giving. It is sharing. It is the powerful force that turns what you have into what you want. Keep practicing. Keep giving. And watch how your life transforms. Life isn't always easy. You know that. I know that. Some days bring sunshine, joy, and clear skies. Other days bring storms, challenges, and heavy clouds. And it's on those difficult days when life tests you that your gratitude is most important. You see, it's easy to be grateful when everything's going your way, when the bills are paid, when the job is good, when your health is strong, when your relationships are smooth. But what about when you lose your job? What about when a loved one gets sick? What about when your plans fall apart? Is gratitude still possible then? The honest answer, yes. The ultimate reason for setting goals is to entice you to become the person it takes to achieve them. And it's in hardship that gratitude becomes a tool, not just a feeling. It becomes a choice. When life is hard, gratitude helps you shift your perspective. It helps you see beyond the pain, beyond the struggle, to the lessons hidden inside. Because every challenge is a teacher in disguise. When you build a grateful mindset even in difficulty, you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Let me share a story. Years ago, I faced a difficult season. Business was tough, money was tight, and I felt the weight of uncertainty pressing down on me. It would have been easy to sink into frustration or despair. Easy to say, "Why me?" Or, "This isn't fair." But I remembered a principle I learned early in life. Don't curse the soil, don't curse the rain, don't curse the sun. Learn to appreciate the process. So I decided to look for what I could be grateful for, even in that hard time. I was grateful for my health, for my family's support, for the chance to learn valuable lessons about perseverance and patience. And as I practiced gratitude, my mindset began to change. The pressure didn't disappear overnight, but my response to it did. I became proactive. I started taking small steps forward, and slowly, my situation improved. You see, gratitude is not a denial of reality. It's not pretending everything is perfect. It's seeing reality with a wider lens. It's recognizing that even in the darkest moments, there are sparks of light. Either you run the day, or the day runs you. When hardship comes, your attitude determines whether you run the day, or the day runs you. Gratitude puts you in the driver's seat. It turns what feels like a burden into a stepping stone. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying it's easy to be grateful when life knocks you down. Sometimes it takes courage just to get out of bed. But that's exactly why it's so powerful. Because when you learn to be grateful in the hard times, you build a mindset that can weather any storm. And that mindset will carry you farther than talent, luck, or circumstances ever could. Here's how to build that grateful mindset when life is hard. 1. Acknowledge your feelings honestly. Gratitude is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything's fine. It's about accepting your feelings and still choosing to look for good. 2. Find one small thing to appreciate each day. It could be a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, or the sunrise. Small things add up. 3. Practice reflection. Spend time thinking about what the challenge is teaching you. What strength or wisdom are you gaining? 4. Express gratitude out loud or in writing. Say it Write it down, speak it to a trusted friend. Expressing gratitude strengthens it. 5. Surround yourself with positive influences. Read books, listen to speakers, and be around people who inspire gratefulness. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Gratitude is one of those disciplines.